What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Zatima, you guys. So Zatima is up on BT Plus. It's the first two episodes, and I'm going to be reviewing both episodes 1 and 2 separately. So this is season 1, episode 1. The episode is titled "A New Chapter," you guys. So before we just go ahead and just jump into episode 1 of Zatima, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed, I don't know why we keep going through the same song and dance every week, but if you guys are watching this, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are not subscribed, do me that favor by stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video. That's number one. Please thumbs up the video, you guys. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share, and leave your comments. And with that, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Zatima on BET Plus, shall we? All right, you guys. So I think with Zatima, I'm trying to figure out where we are in the timeline of Zatima and Sisters, and I couldn't really figure out if we're on the same week as Sisters or if we are maybe a week or two ahead of them. I don't know. But what I do know is in this first episode, we see Fatima. So you guys remember at the end of Sisters, Zach wanted Fatima to move in with him. Well, with Zatima, Fatima has moved all of her things out of her apartment and she's putting them in a storage, right? So Zach finds out that she is actually going to be keeping her place. She's going to be basically renting it, subletting it. He was like, why are you doing that? Because that's a smart move for her. Like, it's a smart move, number one, for her. If things don't work out between you and Fatima, not saying that they will or won't, but if things don't work out, she got her place to go back to. And then and also in this time, you know, this time span with you guys living together, let's even say just it morphs into marriage. You guys got prime real estate that you guys can always have and sell. You know, you don't have to sell it, but you can lease it, make that property make you some money. So Fatima is just wondering if things are moving too fast. Let me tell you, Fatima, you are moving a little. For me personally, it is too fast. Like I've said plenty of times when it comes to Sisters, I think every one of the characters, they're moving a little too fast because they haven't known their respective partners that long. She's like, you got this whole stuff to work out with that baby mama. He's like, it's only one. And she's not even a baby mama. That's an ex, which we're talking about Karen. I was like, huh. Episode 1, but we didn't say Karen's. Yes, we did say Karen's name. I was like, as long as we don't have a Karen sighting, I'm kind of fine with that. So that's pretty much that. So we see Fatima. So she's with her girls. So I'm gonna tell you guys who her girls are. So she has a friend named Belinda, which is an old name. No shade to anybody named Belinda. She has a friend named Belinda and a friend named Angela. So I believe it was Angela who asked her, like, girl, you've been MIA for a few weeks. And Belinda like, yeah, girl, what's up? So she tells them, I've been working. They be like, girl, it's a lot more than working. What the hell is going on? So she tells them about Zach. She didn't say Zach's name at first, right? And they's like, okay, so girl, when we gonna meet this mystery man? She was like, well, we are moving in together, so why don't y'all come to the house and meet him? They were like, oh wait, moving in together, like, girl, this must be really serious. She was like, yeah, it is. So then her friend Angela was like, okay, well, since we're doing that, I got a new guy that I'm dating. So actually Belinda put that out there that Angela is dating a new guy. We're gonna talk about Belinda's guy in just a minute, but Belinda says, well, how about I bring him over so that way, you two can meet my dude, and me and Belinda can meet your dude. Boom, bam, bam, boom. Perfect, right? We'll see how that ends later. So let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, we got Zach. So Zach, we see Zach, and once again, we're playing basketball at night. I don't know too many people, especially people who look like this. Why are y'all at a park at night playing basketball? The cops don't like that. Ain't gonna fly well. But I'm gonna leave Tyler alone. I'm gonna leave Tyler alone with that one, right? So one of Zach's homeboys, whose name is Bryce, we're gonna delve deeper into Bryce in just a few minutes, right? But Bryce is telling the other guys, which actually, let's delve into Bryce, right? Let's just go ahead and deep dive into Bryce, right? So when we see Zach playing with his homeboys, right? You guys remember in Sisters, that was the thing. The guys play basketball. It was Jake, it was Zach, it was Aaron, it was Gary, it was all the men with the exception of Maurice, right? So we get this scene and we don't have no Gary, we don't have no Aaron, Preston, we don't have nobody. So we're getting introduced to a whole new batch of guys. But at the same time, these guys know who Bryce is. And I'm gonna tell you, so I'm gonna hold off on Bryce for just a second. I just want to put that in your brain that these guys know, all of these guys pretty much kind of know each other, but we don't know them. Just put that in your noggin. So Bryce tells the guys that he has a girlfriend after he mentions that Zach has a girl, right? Now the two dudes, the two black guys whose names I don't know right now, they were just bagging on relationships. Mind you, one of them is married. He's talking about how marriage is, and his wife is right there in the part. They were like, you might want to stop talking about marriage, because his wife was right there. And she told him, his name is Nate. His wife's name is Lori. She tells him, get your ass in the car. I've been in the car. I've been with these kids all day, and here you are playing basketball with them. So then we later see Fatima and Zach. So Fatima and Zach are telling each other about their friends, right? That they want to that their friends want to meet the respective. So Fatima's like, okay, well, how about we do it tomorrow? We have dinner. And Zach's like, you want to do that? She was like, yeah, let's do it. So she says, but with this place, I want to make it a little bit of Fatima, put a little Fatima spin on it, right? Now that sex scene between, so they went and had sex. That was a hot sex scene. It was fake, but it was really hot. Really hot sex scene. You know, the one thing that I have to say, and I have to applaud, is Kadeem. Kadeem, she was on Twitter yesterday. Baby, she was big up in her husband and her friend. Because, you guys know that Kadeem, Duvall, and Crystal Renee, they are super, super, super close. They are, I mean, not like, babe, they are family, because Crystal is the godmother to their youngest child that they just recently had. And I always see them together because I follow Crystal and I follow Duvall on Instagram, and the family is beautiful. They are so beautiful. I love seeing Kadeem and Duvall with their kids, and then I love seeing when Crystal is around the kids. It's a whole big family, and I love it. But girl, I don't know if I can handle them sex scenes, because those sex scenes. Now this one, like I said, this one didn't seem realistic, because now mind you, Fatima didn't have a bra on, but she had her panties on, and Zach was supposed to be giving her some oral pleasure, but it's like he was pulling her panties to the side. But hey, once again, shout out to Kadeem. I gotta shout her out. I think she's amazing. I think they're all amazing. So where are we at? So Fatima and Zach, right? They're talking about, at one point, I don't know if this is the next day, but they're talking about Heather. I think that's that girl's name, right? The baby mama that showed up in Sisters when she had her child in the car and Karen was at the house. That baby mama. So not Karen. Why do I want to say Karen? I don't want to mention Karen. Fatima is like, we need to get a DNA test. And Zach was like, Zach's like, that's not his child. But she's like, we need to get a DNA test. So we're going to get a DNA test. Y'all know how Fatima is. Once Fatima says something, she going to make it happen. So let's pause here and let's move forward. So that was the same night. So the next day we see Fatima. So Fatima's getting ready to go to work. So I was like, are we not? So I was wondering, with this show, are we not going to ever see Fatima go to the office? We're not going to see Andy. We're not going to see, please, for the love of God, don't let us see Karen. But I'm pretty sure Karen will make an appearance here and there. But I was like, so are we not going to see anybody from Sisters? And when I say anybody from Sisters, I mean people who interacted with Fatima. So we're not, you know what? In this show, I would be fine if we don't ever see Hayden. I'm cool with that. I don't have to see Hayden, right? But I was like, so we're not going to see like Hayden, Andy, and Karen, because those are the main three people that interact with Karen, with her. So yeah, we'll see, you guys. But so far, I'm liking the show, right? So once Fatima left, Bryce showed up, and here is where the confusion comes in with this show. It would be one thing, because I'm kind of wondering how are we going to play this when we get to season, what are we in, season 5 of Sisters, right? And you guys know season 5 of Sisters premieres next month in October, and so does the Oval. So with season 5 of Sisters, I wonder, because, so remember, Zach is under the investigation of the SEC because of the stock tip that the White Devil gave him, right? So Bryce pulls up to the house, and Bryce says that he's been schooling Zach on, what to do with the SEC. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. Because in the sisters world, it's been Jake that's been helping Zach. And you guys know how I feel about Jake. You guys know that I thought Jake has a crush on Zach. Now, and also, Bryce has a girlfriend. She's black. I put two and two together immediately. Bryce and Angela are a couple. And I was just like, wait a minute. Because I remember people telling me in my comments that Jake's girlfriend is one of Fatima's friends. So I don't know if you can't say a recast because we have Jake in Sisters. So I'm wondering when we get, and also in Sisters, Jake and Zach had just recently met. So there's no way that Jake could know Zach's friends like that. They just recently met. So that's where I'm confused at. Bryce knows Jake's friend. Bryce knows Zach's friends already. It's like they've been in a friendship group for a minute. Not like they just recently got to know each other. Jake was just so it's kind of interesting, right? Because Jake was just recently introduced to us in Sisters, and now we move to Zatima. Know Jake, but the character that is Jake has known Zach for quite some time, to know his best friends. So I'm wondering when we get, so I got sidetracked, but I'm wondering when we get back to Sisters, are we going to continue to have Jake, or are we going to switch in and bring in Bryce? Because there's going to be a continuity issue. But I mean, we're talking about Tyler Perry, but that's going to be a continuity issue. That's going to be a continuity issue where we have one character in Sisters whose name is Jake, but then we get to Zatima and it's Bryce. But we'll see, you guys. We'll see. We will see how this plays out. I'm just kind of, that really threw me for a loop. So then we see Fatima, right? So she went to the strip club and she went to go talk to Heather, right? And Heather had a whole ass attitude with Fatima. I was like, ooh, Heather, I don't know if you want that smoke, sis. And Fatima showed her, baby, you don't want this smoke. She grabbed her head and bammed it into the wall. She said, so if I tell you to be at my house tomorrow at 6 o'clock for a DNA test, you better have your ass there. I'm gonna come back and fuck you up. I was like, you know what, mama? Listen to her, cause she ain't fucking with you. So then we see Zach, right? So at the end of the episode, Zach is telling Fatima about Bryce. So, but now you guys remember, in Sisters, Fatima did not trust Jake. She never trusted Jake, so she doesn't trust Bryce as well, right? But Zach told her about Bryce, and so we have everybody showing up for the dinner. Bryce is the only one of his male friends that he's introducing to Fatima. So we see Angela and Bryce show up, which confirms they are a couple. And then her other friend, Belinda, shows up. And when Zach opens the door, he's like, oh shit, and slams the door back in her face. So she knocks again, and he opens it. And they were like, what's going on here? She's like, Zach and I have FUCKED'd before. I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't what I was expecting, but okay. Well, hopefully we'll get into this one. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this first episode of Zatima. I liked it. I really did. Only thing that bothered me was the Jake Bryce thing. I just couldn't really. Outside of that, it was really good. I mean, we know how Tyler is with the dialogue, so I'm not going to talk about the dialogue. But hey, other than that, it was really good. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I want you guys to chime in the comments section. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.